So my name is Leah Harris, Spartanburg, South Carolina, and my 30-day commitment to myself, to our members, to you guys, NFIB, not really in that order, but would be to plan every evening the night before, to get up early every single day, to be out in the field with lots of coffee, might I add, and then the other one would be to use Exigo to process every single one of my field sales to help protect our members, which is better for them, better for our organization, and better for me. And then what has impacted me the most actually is just my belief in what we do and the people that we surround ourselves with. So for me, it is the belief that was reinforced in why we take the time to learn every single nuance that impacts that as well. So yeah, that would be what I would say is what's impacted me the most and why I'm excited to get back out there.
Leah, thank you so much. You know, you took a lot of initiative this week. You came up, did part of the presentation with Kelly. I mean, you got to the point where you were even mopping the tables for us. The taking of the initiative is so important when you're in this job, and that's going to really bode well for your continued success in the field. So thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Well, I am Kathryn Wise, and I am from outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And my 30-day commitment is to make sure that every day I am doing a minimum of 10 to 12 presentations and taking every single one of them either to a no or to a yes. I also commit to log those into notes so that I can chart my progress. My planned result is to increase my sales by 20%. So, Dave, if you're listening, I'm setting a goal for myself of 42 this month. As far as the organization goes, or my takeaway from this week, I think the biggest thing is from the entire staff, the commitment that we see, the commitment to our members, the commitment to each other, the commitment to the goal, the cause. And that has just done nothing but reinforce my passion about this job. I found NFIB as well. It was recommended to me, and I have never enjoyed myself so much in a career. I enjoy every minute of the day, regardless of whether or not it's a no or I'm getting thrown out. It's all good. Thank you very much.
So Kathy, as you can tell, is just very passionate, very warm, very engaging, very, very insightful, very, very smart. She would always have a positive something to say about what we were doing or what she was learning. And as you can tell, as I mentioned, very goal-oriented. She has 33 new sales in January. And she has a goal of 42. So y'all, if you do the math, that means she's definitely on pace for Founders Award, President's Club, possibly Rookie of the Year, all of those things. So she's incredible. She's also funny, but very caring, very, very loyal. So I look forward to seeing where your career goes and being a colleague for a very long time with you.
Hi, my name is James Rasmussen, and I'm from Wisconsin, home of the Green Bay Packers, Titletown. And my 30-day commitment is to have my plan ready every night before I go to bed. I want to know where I'm going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning for my first appointment. And from there, I'm going to work my plan, and I'm going to work the triangle. What has impacted me the most this week is I found out a lot about myself through everybody else here, and one of my biggest hang-ups is Thor. Talked about Thor, and I need to control Thor. Because too many times I've been caught up, and he's taken control of me, and things go south really quick. And the other thing I need to do is get rid of the monkey. I go down the road and I've got all this chatter going on in my head, and the next thing you know, I'm talking myself out of stopping at that place because it just doesn't look right. You gotta make every stop.
So I did very much get to enjoy being on a team with James, but also sat next to him every day. So you get that extra bond of the person you sit next to for like 50 hours. But as y'all saw before, James, I admire your ability to be here. You've been here. You do believe in NFIB. You've been with us for 2 years. And to be here, to get the award that you got, says a lot about your character, your willingness to walk in and say, give me the tablet. The very first thing I noticed when I got here was you were sitting over here with Kelly, I think. Someone was helping you get set up, very, very first, before anything, because you wanted to make the most of the week. So you did plan, and I know you will continue to do that each day and be out there early. I'll be there with you and check on you in 2 weeks. But I know you will do phenomenal, and I really admired the way that you would step up and say, I want to get better. Even when we were playing Candyland, he'd get like double yellows, double purples, all of those things. He could have been like at the Candy Castle way sooner than the rest of us. But he said, no, I don't want that one. I want the question. I want to learn. I want the objection. I want to take the question. I want to refine myself while you were here. So you really took every single opportunity to better yourself, and I commend you for that. Thank you for being on our team.
I'm Jerry Sherrod, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My 30-day commitment is that I am going to stop go-backs. And I traveled with a person who you've heard the name of several times this week, Tom Sherman. Very fortunate to have traveled with him my first week at NFIB. And I think he's 7th in the nation, right? The last time I looked, but he's always been right up there, top 10. For a reason, for many, many reasons. But one of the very profound things he said to me as we traveled, don't get in a battle with them. 2 things will happen. You're wasting your time and you're wearing yourself out. If you're my age or you're younger, it doesn't matter. The stress that these people can create by me participating can be alarming. And I've been doing this all my life, communicating with people, but it can be very disturbing and draining. So by doing that, I'm going to increase the number of people that I sit before and actually make an acceptable presentation with. But I've been doing too much of the going back, and Randy said it earlier, every time you go back to one of those people, you're not seeing somebody else that'll give you an ear. So I have been doing a lot of that, unfortunately, and shame on me, and that's the thing I kept saying all week is shame on me, because I knew better. So that's the one thing I'm going to do when I go back for sure. The second thing is what impacted me, several things, obviously several things, but I keep thinking about Bill in the video, and Bill, as internally driven as the poor man is and was, he had a team behind him, obviously. People that felt for him, helped him at every turn. And I was fortunate enough to be in DC back about 6 years ago. And I saw how dedicated these people are at NFIB. It's incredible. And the dedication here this week, it's obvious. And in my career, I've repped for some really, really good companies. And I've been fairly successful, but I've been successful because of the people behind me. And so we can leave here believing 100% in what we're presenting. I didn't say selling, but we're presenting. And we can feel 100% about it because of people like this and the dedication you see. So thank you very much.
So many great things to say about Jerry. He is the, for those of you, I think you all heard, he was with NFIB, kind of lost his mind for a little while and then came back, which we're delighted about, because as you can tell, he is the consummate professional. Extremely cordial, very pleasant, and when he does speak up, I knew this week that I needed to listen to what he had to say. One, he'd already been here, knew what we were about, and thought it was important enough to come back. I also remember in one of our breakout sessions, he said, gosh, I was using the suitcase, as we now affectionately call it, and he said, so glad I switched over to the tablet. And I think it's really great to see someone who does have the tenure, who has had a successful career in other things, and has said, I want to do something that matters each and every day. something I can feel good about, that I know it's a presentation, and even though it is a numbers game, that he is willing to adapt as our members do. They adapt to how things have changed in the climate, and you've done exactly that here with your career, coming back saying, oh, this isn't what I did, but doing it gracefully and with just the highest admiration for the fact that you do get up early, you look professional, people know you are a very urgent person, and they want to hear what you have to say because you do have that clout. So thank you for letting me share about our team. I appreciate it very much, Jerry. Thank you.